we continue with our topic, okay, subtopic on sources of liquidity. Okay, as you can see right here, there is many source of liquidity for the banking institution itself. Okay, what is source of liquidity? Okay, ini adalah sumber macam mana institusi-institusi perbankan kita, institusi kewangan untuk menambahkan sumber dalam bentuk tunai ataupun kita panggil cash. Okay, so that is what we so call as sources of liquidity. So most of the sources came from new deposit. Okay, so when depositor, okay, deposit money in financial institution. Okay, so it actually will increase the amount of cash, okay, for the bank itself. Okay, and there is also in term of the maturing of asset. Okay, bila sampai tempoh matang satu aset, okay, di mana bank akan dapat balik, okay, duit dia secara tunai. Okay, and same goes to sale of asset. Okay, bila dia buat jualan aset, dia akan dapat this kind of amount of cash. Okay, increase amount of cash for their institution. Okay, and same goes to borrowed fund. Okay, like they are actually issuing this kind of loan. Okay, and when it come to loan repayment, itu akan menambahkan lagi dia punya amount of cash. Okay, ataupun kita panggil source of liquidity. And last one is discount window, which borrowing from B&M and being used infrequently to meet unanticipated liquidity demand. Because this is more toward the last resort. Bila dia tak cukup cash, dia akan buat pinjaman dengan bank negara. Okay, and indication of liquidity. Okay, as you can see right here, okay, we can measure this kind of liquidity, okay, for this particular institution through this ratio. Okay, we have loan to total asset ratio and loan to total deposit ratio. Okay, which this particular ratio will illustrate, okay, will give some kind of measure, okay, whether they have a good amount of cash, okay, or what we so call as it's more toward the liquidity performance, okay, of the institution. Okay, as you can see right here, loans are non-liquid asset. Sebab kita tunggu kepada orang repay the loan balik, barulah kita akan dapat menambahkan the amount of our cash, okay, because it cannot be sold until maturity. And high ratio of loan to total asset, low level of liquidity. Okay, kalau kita lebih tinggi amount of loan ni dekat atas berbanding dengan asset kita, in term of the measurement, kita anggap itu sebagai low level of liquidity. Maksudnya kita banyak pegang, duit kita banyak dipegang oleh orang lain. Okay, loans are also most profitable asset, okay, which high ratio of loan to total asset, high profitability, because we know that the main business for the bank is by issuing loan. Bila dapat loan, barulah dia boleh generate income, okay, because the interest is more towards income for the institution. Okay, and we also can seek toward the purchase liability to total asset, okay, which this particular purchase liability is equal to purchase fund or other borrowings. Okay, example, issue repurchase agreement, interbank borrowings, overnight loan. This some kind of what we so called as instrument. Okay, also indication of the liquidity, which the higher the ratio, the less liquid, because we actually issue more instrument. Okay, mean we are giving more money to people, which we are holding. Okay, holding the instrument itself. Okay, and as you can see right here, okay, kalau kita tengok kat sini, okay, untuk yang purchase liability ni mean the bank itself yang purchase, okay, that particular instrument. Okay, when dia issuing, maksudnya duit tu ada dekat dia. Okay, this is the different thing. Okay, if you compare between purchase and sale of the instrument. Okay, and next one is investment security maturing in 1 year or less to total asset. Okay, ni lebih kepada money market lah sebab dia less than a year. Okay, so investment in short term securities, liquid asset, very liquid. Okay, sebab apa? We just have to wait. Kalau kita beli, okay, wait up till 1 year, kita akan dapat balik this kind of amount of cash. Okay, example, invest in NCDs. Okay, this one more toward negotiable certificates, deposit, okay, repurchase agreement, banker acceptance. With the higher the ratio, the high liquidity. Okay, we know that money market, okay, money market is very liquid, high in terms of liquid compared to capital market. Okay, and next one is more toward the asset and liability management. Okay, this thing is more toward how actually banking institution, okay, financial institution, they monitor the asset, monitor the liability, control their asset, and control their liability. Okay, so right here, this is the list under balance sheet. Okay, this is called like what you have came across under your accounting subject. Okay, liabilities, we have capital, reserve and surplus, deposit, borrowing, other liabilities. Okay, and for asset, okay, it's more toward the cash and balances. Okay, balance with bank and money at call, short notice, investment, okay, fixed asset and other asset. Okay, so this is what we have under asset and liability under our balance sheet, and should be balanced. Okay, and bank must manage its asset to provide a compromise of liquidity and profitability. Okay, that's why all this kind of banking institution, okay, banking sector, okay, they need to manage their asset. Okay, they have their own asset management department, okay, to monitor, okay, the administration of the asset itself. Okay, since some of the assets are more marketable than other in secondary market, okay, the bank asset composition can affect its degree of liquidity. Okay, so dekat sini, it actually advisable for the bank untuk we so called as diversification of the asset. Okay, maksudnya tak tertumpu kepada aset dalam komponen tertentu. Dia mesti what we so called as diversifiable ataupun kita panggil variety. Okay, if use most of the fund to purchase T-bill, okay, bank could ensure liquidity. Okay, so this one is some of the concern. Okay, but the concern is they also want to achieve reasonable return on their asset, which conflict with liquidity objective. Because we know that when it comes to high liquid, okay, it goes to lower risk. Okay, bila lower risk maksudnya lower in term of return. But kita nak dapatkan reasonable return, so we have to manage our asset by investing in the other type of asset. Okay, so bank should maintain level of liquid asset that will satisfy liquidity need and use remaining fund to satisfy the other objectives. Okay, as you can see right here, okay, bank must manage asset to provide a compromise of liquidity and profitability. Okay, because sometimes yang high profit ni dia lebih kepada high risk. Okay, tapi dia boleh dapat jadi what we so call as bila high risk dia low liquid dan dia adalah high in term of return. Okay, so kalau tengok dekat sini kebanyakan yang low liquidity ni dia ada high yield. Maksudnya dia akan bagi high in term of return, same like what we so call as the loan itself bila di issue this kind of business loan, consumer loan, okay, real estate, agriculture. Okay, and in term of the others like kalau you tengok dekat sini primary and secondary, okay, the highest one is primary. Okay, kalau this particular tick memang dia ada what we so call as very high amount of cash. Okay, which liquidity of course lah high. Okay, deposit at the central bank. Okay, deposit at other bank. Okay, this one is dia boleh withdraw anytime. Okay, secondary reserve, okay, when it come to treasury bill, federal fund sold and short term agency security ni, okay, dia in term of liquidity a bit lower compared to the primary. Okay, sebab dia ada banyak, dia kena jual the stock. Okay, so that kind of thing, even though easily marketable fund, tapi dia akan take time untuk you get your cash. Okay, and last one yang kalau tengok kat sini, investment in term of the treasury security, agency security, municipal bond, okay, which actually income when safe loan are unavailable and tax advantage. So dia punya variety ada dekat situ in term of the tax advantage, which in term of liquidity to be medium, okay, and in term of yield pun medium. Okay, so this is some of the varieties of the asset management, which for the liability, okay, liability management for the bank itself, okay, bank no longer depend primarily on deposit. When they see loan opportunities, they will borrow or issue certificate of deposit to acquire fund. So dekat sini macam mana agaknya bank nak dapatkan huge amount of cash, okay, easily by issuing this particular certificate. Sebab apa? Bila di issue certificate, what happen? People will buy, investor will buy, money come into the bank, okay, and investor will hold that particular certificate at certain period of time, okay, bila sampai maturity date, dia akan jual balik dekat bank, okay, and bank akan give back the money, okay, we so called as the principal plus the return. Okay, assume bank can borrow liquidity in money market by paying market rate or better rate, okay, because liability level borrowing may be quickly adjusted to loan, okay, need or deposit variability. So dekat sini dia boleh adjust in term of the interest rate. Okay, instrument of liability management, okay, start from a federal fund. This one is some of the instrument that being issued, okay, by the bank itself. Okay, we have the purchase agreement, okay, negotiable certificate deposit. This kind of list of instrument you have go through masa chapter 2, okay, bawah money market. Okay, asset quality, which we so-called as loan portfolio and problem loan management. Okay, so asset of financial institution vary by maturity. Okay, kita ada yang short term, kita ada yang long term. So different classes of asset have different importance to different type of financial institution, because some of financial institution, they have their own priority. They want to focus on the short term instrument or the long term instrument. Okay, because commercial bank hold substantial cash deposit and government securities, but it is different for saving companies. Okay, so it actually depend on the characteristic, okay, of that particular financial institution itself. Okay, cash asset, okay, used to meet reserve requirement, deposit withdrawal, and accommodate new demand for loan. Okay, so this is some of the category of asset. Kita ada cash asset, okay, which is currency, coin, deposit with bank negara. Okay, this particular category of asset ni diulang balik apa yang from the previous slide tadi. Okay, short term and long term securities. Short term securities more toward money market instrument, okay, and long term is more toward the bond itself. Kita ada stock, okay, stock and bond, okay, di bawah long term securities. Okay, short term and long term loans, okay, largest source of income for bank but less liquid, okay, cannot be cash out until reach its maturity. Okay, kalau tengok dekat sini, beza dengan bond, loan ni dia ada dia punya what we so call as timeline. Okay, contoh misalnya macam kena bayar sampai up to 10 years. So every that particular month, okay, every month you have to pay such amount to the bank. Okay, so this akan hanya habis this particular loan apabila sampai dia punya tamat tempoh dia, okay, iaitu macam dia kata tempoh maturity tadi sebanyak 10 tahun. Okay, risky compared to other assets since they have higher default risk. Okay, what is default risk? The failure, okay, of the borrower to repay the loan. Maksudnya dia gagal untuk bayar balik pinjaman. Okay, contoh macam sekarang lah, okay, bila tempoh COVID-19 ni, okay, kita diberi what we so call as moratorium. Okay, this one is some kind of what we so call as allowance, okay, ataupun kita panggil relief lah. Okay, relief yang mana direhatkan daripada membayar pinjaman, but you have to continue that particular repayment right after that particular 6 months. Okay, sebab apa? Kita tengok pada economic condition sekarang, ada yang kena buang kerja, ada yang dapat separuh gaji, ada yang tidak bekerja. So dia akan menyebabkan more towards bad record lah, okay, for that particular loan repayment. So untuk mengelakkan benda ni, okay, Bank Negara dia buat satu inisiatif untuk bagi sedikit relief, iaitu 6 month moratorium. Okay, so most profitable asset generate most of income to the bank, okay, which actually this particular profitable asset ni the loan itself, okay, pun akan bagi this kind of what we so called as profit, okay, to the bank itself. Okay, asset quality is depending on the default loan. Kita panggil non-performing loan. Maksudnya dekat sini kita kira berapa banyak agaknya loan yang ada this kind of default ataupun failure to borrower fail to repay back the loan. Okay, that one is more toward the asset quality. Okay, look at the level of non-performing loan. Tendency of high non-performing loan exists when interest rate increase. Bila interest rate increase, automatic the amount of the repayment pun akan bertambah. Okay, contoh daripada you kena bayar 1,000 sebulan, bila interest rate naik mungkin you tambah lagi RM1,100, RM1,200. Okay, so more possibility of default loan because actually people have commitment, monthly commitment. Okay, dia dah what we so call as allocate, okay, some amount of portion, tapi bila interest rate bertambah akan menyebabkan possibility untuk default loan. Okay, to measure loan quality, okay, we first rely on performance evaluation of banks. Okay, next one is more to bank credit process. Okay, this one is a bit familiar with you yourself. Okay, what is actually bank credit process? Okay, senang cerita, layman term, what is credit? Bank giving loan lah. Okay, so macam mana bank agaknya nak bagi loan ni, okay, dekat the borrowers. Okay, so 4 main stages of credit process as you can see right here. Kita akan ada 4 basic process. First is business development, credit evaluation, credit monitoring, and credit recovery. Okay, dia macam biasalah. First thing first is business development. Okay, kita ambil contoh paling mudah. Okay, when it come to this particular business development, okay, bank akan tengok prospect of the customer. Okay, kalau kita tengok paling senang lah, okay, personal loan. Okay, personal loan kita akan ada nampak the flyers, okay, akan ada campaign. Okay, contoh campaign untuk kaki tangan awam, campaign untuk nurse, okay, campaign untuk what we so call as teachers, okay. So dia akan cari potential customer yang kita panggil prospect. Okay, and we identify and aware credit risk and business condition. Kenapa ada campaign untuk what we so call as kaki tangan sektor awam? Okay, dia bezakan sektor awam sektor swasta kan, sebab bila sektor awam ni, okay, ada tendensi the loan repayment tu, okay, boleh ditolak gaji dengan menggunakan kemudahan angkasa. Okay, itu adalah salah satu contoh lah, walaupun ada juga yang boleh bayar sendiri tanpa tolak, tapi majority, okay, majority yang ambil contoh bayaran ataupun this kind of pinjaman, okay, untuk sektor awam ni, okay, kalau pergi dekat bank-bank ada dia punya package, okay, sebab apa? Bank tahu you boleh tolak gaji terus, okay. So dekat sini that is the prospect, okay, and we have the data collection. This one is the usual one lah, okay, analysis and meeting, selling and negotiation, sampailah kepada adanya credit memorandum, yang mana credit officer ni dia akan prepare credit memo to recommend, okay, yang mana agaknya package sesuai dekat this particular potential borrowers and approval of offer. Okay, and usually, okay, this particular what we so call as under business development, dia baru what we so call as the initial stage. Okay, the second one barulah credit evaluation, yang mana biasa kita akan nampak bankers ni dia akan sebelum dia nak luluskan pinjaman, dia akan tengok dulu you punya kelayakan, kita panggil qualification, okay, in term of you punya history, okay, loan history ni, in term of repayment, okay, in term of you punya gaji, in term of you punya what we so called as documentation. Okay, so this kind of thing semua sekali being evaluated before your loan being approved. Okay, sebab dia nak tengok untuk elakkan daripada adanya default payment. Okay, selalunya lah yang kita tengok macam mana dia nak check this kind of financial, dia akan gunakan sistem CITOS. Okay, CITOS ni untuk tengok you punya credit. Okay, credit evaluation. Okay, sebab tu dekat sini kalau kita tengok credit evaluation include of quantitative aspect in term of the financial statement of the company. Okay, qualitative, okay, in term of the environment and business strength, layak tak you boleh dapat this kind of loan. Okay, itu kalau individu. Kalau company macam mana pula nak dapatkan loan? Dia akan tengok dia punya company punya performance. Adakah bisnes yang you buat tu, adakah bisnes tu relevan ke tak relevan? Okay, ada prospect tak for nowadays punya market. Okay, so documentation process, we will execute the proper documentation on the collateral head. Ada tak jaminan dia, security on other legal aspect, okay, ada tak tengok daripada segi kena blacklist ke, okay, profitability relationship, lebih kepada dia akan analyse kalau company yang nak buat loan ni, okay, adakah your business tu boleh mendatangkan profit. Sebab apa, kalau dia nak luluskan pinjaman 1 juta, okay, dia tak akan easily just approve. Dia akan tengok juga you punya company business. Okay, and capital adequacy ratio compliant. Okay, maintain a minimum ratio or what we so call as for the equity capital to total risk-weighted loan asset. So dekat sini adanya minimum percentage of ratio of equity capital to total risk-weighted loan asset. Okay, and next one, okay, dah lepas this kind of credit evaluation, dah dapat approval, okay, masa untuk monitoring. Okay, what is monitoring? Okay, annual or interim review, okay, which actually dia akan tengok balik. Okay, so kalau loan ni dah diluluskan, being approved, okay, boleh tak dia bayar balik dalam the first 6 months. Tengok okay dia tu performance. Maksudnya nanti the next sampailah kepada kalau tempoh loan tu 10 years, okay, insyaAllah dia boleh bayar, okay, in a good condition. Okay, the assessment of existing term and condition, okay, renewal of financing facility. Biasa kita nak renew, kita akan tengok dia punya history. Okay, daripada segi dia punya trend, okay, cantik tak dia punya bayar balik tu. Biasa kita tengok lah kalau misalnya kalau buat personal loan, kalau yang individu pula personal loan, okay, dia akan tengok kalau nak overlap the loan, okay, history bayar loan macam mana. Kalau macam tadi saya kata government sector, tolak angkasa, of course lah dia punya bayaran cantik sebab setiap kali gaji dia akan potong gaji. Okay, and we also will seek the re-establishment of borrowing relationship with issuance of letter of offer and customer acceptance of the renewed facility. So credit monitoring ni dia akan tengok balik the history. Kalau okay, dia akan contoh tambahkan pinjaman, tambahkan amount. Okay, dia akan what we so called as extend. Okay, maksudnya dah tambah boleh extend lagi dia punya repayment period. Okay, so this kind of thing di bawah credit monitoring. And last one, credit recovery. Okay, if borrower unable to fulfill his obligation, remedial action are needed, such as winding up. Okay, winding up action taken on the company, enforcement of guarantee, receivership, foreclosure, and turnover service. Okay, generate cash flow by salvaging the companies. So dekat sini, kalau credit recovery ni, bila apa adanya masalah default payment tadi tu, maksudnya this particular borrower have difficulties to repay the loan. So apa nak kena buat? This kind of thing lah. Okay, some of the alternative boleh winding up, okay, enforcement of guarantee, receivership, okay, ataupun kita boleh buat restructure balik the payment. Okay, this kind of thing semua sekali di bawah credit recovery. Okay, untuk elakkan daripada bank face loss, okay, through this kind of issuing the loan. Sebab bank pun tak nak loss kan, so dia akan try to recover. Sebab tu kita tengok kalau misalnya most of the bank, dia akan ada this kind of department, we know that credit recovery yang mana ada juga debt collectors. Okay, maksudnya dia akan call untuk remind untuk bayar balik. Okay, biasanya macam credit card, okay, sebab orang payah nak bayar, terpaksa dia hire the what we so call as the outsource company untuk call the borrowers. Okay, okay, problem loan detection. Okay, ini kita panggil red flag. Okay, red flag is a popular one. What is red flag? Okay, red flag is more toward like alarm. Okay, maksudnya dekat sini we know that this particular loan have problem. Okay, this particular borrower have problem in term of repayment. Okay, so how to prevent? Okay, control loan authorities and have a clear loan approval procedures. Okay, untuk elakkan daripada orang senang-senang being receive approval of the loan. Okay, loan authorities ni dia akan control. Okay, daripada segi apa? Contohlah, kalau macam dulu, this kind of personal loan, kita boleh pinjam sampai 20 tahun. Okey, tapi untuk sekarang elakkan orang daripada muflis, tak boleh bayar semua sekali, yang layak sahaja. Dan kita hanya boleh buat personal loan ni sampai tempoh 10 tahun je untuk bayar balik. Maksudnya tak boleh lebih daripada 10 tahun. Okey. Return loan policies for protection. Ini semua untuk because actually untuk protect bank itself. Sebab kalau misalnya this borrower fail to pay, okay, not only individual lah, the companies fail to pay back to the bank, what happen to bank? Bank boleh collapse. Okay, sebab apa? It is what we so call as the credit yang being given by the bank to this particular stakeholders ataupun kita panggil customers. Okay, analyze borrower ability and his business prospect. Kita memang do this kind of analysis, okay, untuk tengok sama ada layak ke tak layak untuk diberikan loan. Kalau macam I mention tadi, kalau company nak buat loan, tengok daripada segi dia punya business prospect, okay, and verify financial statement and liquidity. That's why usually company they have to what we so call hands over dia punya financial statement, okay, ataupun annual report kepada this particular ROC ataupun kita panggil sekarang SSM. Okay, so dekat sini nampak yang valid tu, barulah kita boleh luluskan dia punya loan. Okay, continual analysis and assessment of updated financial information and regular visit. Okay, bank pun ada hak untuk visit the business premise. Contoh nak tengok betul tak ada legal business, okay, the business still going on. Sebab kalau misalnya tak boleh bayar tapi business going on, kat mana duit tu? So this kind of thing ya, they do this kind of regular visit, okay, to prevent that particular default payment. Okay, challenges faced by bank on problem loan. Okay, money lent to customer are often used for other purpose. Okay, usually to pay off third party. So dekat sini kadang-kadang not meet the purpose lah. You buat pinjaman contoh untuk buat bisnes, tapi you buat benda lain, you buat renovation rumah, you buat this kind of buying new land, okay, new properties, okay, which that particular loan not meet the purpose. Okay, so once loan, this will actually create more problem. Okay, when you want to repay the loan, once loan payment is delayed, it's difficult to find the borrowers. So this is some of the challenges for the bank itself. Okay, apa maksud yang red flag tadi yang saya kata alarm? Okay, for the bank. Okay, dia macam alarm lah. Okay, so miss loan payment. Maksudnya people fail to pay the loan. Okay, miss. Contoh kalau miss ni, dia bukan lagi terus tak bayar. Dia mungkin this month bayar, bulan depan tak bayar. Bulan depan bayar balik. Bulan depan dia ada miss the what we so called as repayment. Okay, sudden unexpected losses. Contoh macam sekarang lah, banyak company yang gulung tikar. Sebab apa? Tak boleh buat business due to this kind of pandemic. Okay, so we so called as unexpected losses. So dekat sini bank kena restructure balik lah. Okay, in term of the repayment. Okay, delay in receipt of financial information. Okay, kita lambat nak terima dia punya financial information, tak tahu sama ada dia untung ataupun rugi. This year, inability to meet commitment and poor maintenance on plant or equipment. Ni poor maintenance on plant ni maksudnya poor maintenance on the premise itself. Okay, contoh kilang. Okay, kilang tu tak being maintained, okay, menyebabkan barang jadi tak berkualiti, business tak jadi. So this kind of thing di bawah the red flag. Okay, in term of financial, okay, kalau tengok dekat tadi, that one is more toward the borrower itself. Sekarang ni in term of the measurement. Okay, so failure to deliver financial in a timely manner. So dekat sini in term of financial, Bila kita minta statement, dia lambat nak bagi. Okay, declaration of financial condition and liquidity cash. Okay, so dekat sini they have cash problem, okay, for the companies. So it can lead kepada this kind of difficulties to repay the loan. Okay, loan equity, high level of debt. Okay, ni memang lah banyak hutang. Okay, decline in sale, operating losses, and increase in inventory level, but slow down in inventory turnover. Maksudnya, in term of what we so call as inventory meningkat. Okay, daripada segi stok meningkat, tapi daripada segi nak jual balik itu susah. Okay, maksudnya banyak dekat gudang saja barang-barang. Okay. Company management itself, tadi lebih kepada how actually they control in term of the financial. Red flag ataupun alarm ni untuk company management pula, kalau misalnya management tu inexperienced, dia punya board of director tak ada talent, okay, tak ada knowledge of the business, so susahlah untuk dia give direction, okay, to the company itself. Okay, poor strategy and planning, lack of marketing, okay, inexperience with product and services, fraud, okay, ada masalah daripada segi salah guna kuasa, dishonesty, okay, over reliance on one or two supplier. So dekat sini tak ada variety of supplier, so ini terlalu, kalau misalnya supplier tu what we so call as ada problem, it will affect dia punya business. Sebab tu that's why when we actually doing business, we have to diversify our suppliers, okay, and also our customer. Okay, failure to develop new product, tak ada this so called as creativity, okay, innovation. Sebab tu innovation and creativity ni penting dalam company untuk sustain. Okay, frequent changes and personal conflict, excessive turnover, and failure to train the successor, ataupun kita panggil lack of succession plan lah. Maksudnya dekat sini, bila dia punya what we so call as the owner of the company, okay, dia tak berjaya untuk transfer the knowledge dekat dia punya successor. Okay, so itu pun adalah masalah atau red flag for the company management. Okay, in term of character, lebih kepada masalah ni lah, integrity, attitude. This one is more to individual based. Okay, illness or death. Maksudnya kalau misalnya the owner tu mati tiba-tiba, nak transfer kepada the heir, kepada punya pewaris tu, okay, akan ambil masa. So ini pun akan give some of alarm lah untuk for the default payment. Okay, always fighting fires. Ada juga company, contoh macam family business, okay, gaduh sama-sama sendiri. Itu pun akan menyebabkan this kind of effect, okay, toward the repayment. Okay, inability to plan or budget properly, okay, inability to meet commitment, change accountant. Okay, bila change accountant pun akan ada sort of this particular red flags. Okay, entering new field, not reacting to changing condition, changes in lifestyle, and insurance cancellation. Okay, ini adalah contoh-contoh lah, dari banyak lagi for this particular the characters. Okay, within the bank itself, okay, lack of accountability. What is accountability? More to responsibility, okay, to repay the loan, unclear communication policy. Okay, sometimes bank itself pun dia unclear in term of the policy. Okay, all credit are managed alike. Kadang-kadang yang red flag tu bukan datang daripada consumer, bukan datang daripada this kind of external, dalaman bank tu pun boleh juga jadi kepada this kind of red flags ataupun kita panggil alarm tadi. Okay, all credit are managed alike, sebab kita boleh nak what we so called as treat loan yang contohlah housing loan dengan what we so called as personal loan as the same credit. So dekat sini dia akan what we so called, we have to diversify. Okay, inadequate check and balance, okay, and breakdown in the credit process. So this what we is so called as red flag within the bank itself. Okay, and how about the loan recovery? Kalau macam kita tengok tadi waktu the 4 step of credit evaluation, kita ada credit recovery. Sama juga macam loan recovery technique ni, iaitu recovery policy, okay, approach to recovery loans, okay, giving notice to borrower. Biasa kita akan bagi notice lah. Kalau biasanya yang lambat bayar ni biasanya akan terima notice dengan kertas warna merah. Kertas warna merah tu maksudnya when you receive that kind of notice, means you are in a what is so called as danger lah. Okay, ataupun kita panggil you being alert by the bank to pay. Okay, written communication, telephone reminder, site visit by bank agent. Okay, repossession of security. Maksud dekat sini bank boleh repossess, maksudnya dia boleh ambil you punya harta. Kalau misalnya dia semacam rumah lah, kalau tak bayar bank akan tarik rumah, dia akan lelong. Okay, sama juga dengan the other assets and the other properties. Okay, and valuation and sale of properties. Bank sebenarnya nak lelong rumah tu untuk dapatkan apa? Nak dapatkan balik duit dia yang dia dah bagi you pinjam untuk contoh beli rumah tadi. Okay, so this what is so called as loan recovery. Okay, performance evaluation of bank, okay, through this kind of financial statement analysis. Okay, so kita boleh look this particular performance evaluation of the bank through financial statement. Okay, as you can see right here, kita boleh tengok daripada segi dia punya profitability, liquidity and safety of financial institution. What important to identify any sources of problem exist in bank. So dekat sini kita boleh identify from that particular financial statement. Okay, we can evaluate. Okay, we can identify. Okay, what problems. Okay, that this particular bank, okay, may happen. Okay, so how to measure performance of the bank? Kita dah belajar yang dalam slide awal tadi, banyak ratio. Okay, profitability ratio, liquidity ratio, asset quality, capital adequacy dengan credit quality. Okay, and this is the list of the ratio. Okay, in term of profitability, okay, untuk kita measure the profit lah, of course. Okay, so kita boleh tengok daripada segi dia punya ROE, ROA, profit margin and asset turnover ratio. Okay, so you can read this formula. Okay, it's more towards how we evaluate the performance of the bank through the profitability ataupun profit. Okay, kita ada net interest margin, okay, provision for loss ratio. Okay, provision for loss ratio. The ratio is high because it actually indicate high risk position to the bank. Okay, equity capital ratio. Okay, the spread itself measured through cost of intermediation. Okay, so kita nak tengok dia punya spread. Okay, and net gearing in term of net debt over the equity to measure the financial leverage. Okay, liquidity kita masuk tadi lebih kepada how to measure ataupun the ability bank to meet cash obligation, ataupun senang cerita banyak ke tak tunai dekat bank ni. Okay, so to measure the ability of cash, okay, kita boleh tengok daripada segi current ratio or working capital ratio through current asset over current liabilities. Okay, lagi tinggi maksudnya lagi banyaklah dia punya amount of cash dia. Okay, investment maturing less than 1 year to total asset, if the ratio increase over time, bank has more liquid asset. Sebab tu kalau misalnya dia punya ratio tinggi, okay, bank more liquid, maksudnya bank lagi ada banyak pegangan tunai. Okay, loan to total asset, okay, if you have non-liquid asset but able to generate more profit. Okay, purchase liability to total asset, this one is more toward purchase liability ni lebih kepada hot money. Okay, or we so called as mature very quickly. Okay, normally financial institution plan to sell new short-term security to replace maturing securities. If this ratio increase over time, okay, bank has increased its proportion of asset but show a decline in liquidity. So dekat sini bank boleh tambahkan asset tapi decline in term of liquidity sebab you actually hold that particular asset. Okay, asset quality ratio of non-performing loan to total loan. Kita tengok berapa banyak loan yang ada default ni, okay, kita panggil non-performing loan ni kepada jumlah loan yang being issued by the bank. Okay, ataupun kita panggil this particular GNPA, gross non-performing loan to gross advance ratio. Okay, high GNPA show poor credit decision making. Maksudnya dekat sini, kalau misalnya GNPA ni tinggi, okay, ratio dia tinggi, maksud dia bank ada poor credit. Maksudnya banyak masalah kredit, okay, pemberian kredit, okay, kepada customer. Okay, credit quality, not all loan are good, might be case of default on loan. Ni yang kita susah sikit. Sebab apa? Bila kita bagi loan, kita harap dia akan repay ikut the contract. Tapi sometimes dia ada difficulties, akan jadi terus default loan. Okay, maksudnya gagal untuk bayar balik. Some are bad debt. Okay, maksudnya memang terus tak bayar lah. Bank must anticipate certain percent of loss rate on consumer loan. Bank kena project. Bank kena buat satu projection. Okay, akan ada certain percentage bad debt loan. Okay, for this particular credit. Okay, if it not anticipate, bank income will be affected. Sebab kalau dia tak allocate certain portion, income dia akan affected. Okay, ratio to measure credit quality, because credit loss coverage measure the margin for error provided by income. Okay, high credit loss ratio mean greater margin per error. Okay, so this the thing di bawah measuring credit quality. Capital adequacy ratio, awal tadi dah kita masuk pada capital adequacy, mean sufficient tak capital yang being owned by the or being held by the bank itself. Okay, also known as capital to risk weighted asset ratio. Okay, ratio of bank capital to risk. Okay, measure whether the capital is adequate, cukup ke tak dia punya capital or not for the banks. Okay, formula to measure capital adequacy, equity capital over total asset. This one is the capital adequacy ratio. Okay, and that actually sum up our lesson for this semester. Okay, so you can continue answering your test, and good luck for this semester. That's all. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.